You are breathing now, feeling the air come and go, calm, safe. But what if I told you that there was a creature on this planet capable of detecting your heartbeat through concrete walls? That there is an animal that can kill you 3 times before you realize you have been attacked? That there's a beast still alive, still hunting, still evolving, and it's not afraid of you? She never had. Relax. Or better yet, don't relax. Because today we are going deep, real bottom, in the darkest, wettest, most forgotten places on this planet, and we're going to bring to light the 10 most terrifying animals that still inhabit the Earth in 2026. They're not legends. They are not extinct. They are there, now. While you watch this video, some you will recognize and think, I already knew. But I guarantee you didn't know that. Others will make you question why humanity still insists on leaving home. And number one will stick in your head and won't come out. You bet. So sit back, because this list was not made to make you comfortable. Let's start with something that seems like something out of a nightmare of someone who was afraid of birds. Imagine a bird, tall, almost 2 meters, with pitch black feathers, a gaze that seems to calculate your every movement, and a hoof on your head that looks like a medieval war helmet. Now imagine that this bird can open you up with a single kick, literally. Open. The cassowary up the cassowary is considered the most dangerous bird in the world still alive. It lives in the rainforests of Australia and New Guinea and has claws up to 12 centimeters long. To get an idea, this is bigger than the claws of many carnivorous dinosaurs. It's not a metaphor, it's paleontological data. When this animal kicks, it kicks with enough force to tear muscles, break bones, and pierce organs. He doesn't bark, he doesn't warn, he doesn't make dramatic threats. He simply decides that you are a problem and fixes it. What makes cassowary even more disturbing is the unpredictable behavior. He is territorial in an almost personal way. Researchers report cases in which the animal chased humans for kilometers into the forest, not out of hunger, on principle, as if sending a message, and the message is, "This forest is mine. You have been warned." Now let's go to the bottom of the sea, not the pretty background of documentaries, the real background, the one that sunlight never reaches, the one where the pressure would be enough to crush an unprepared submarine. Down there lives the viper fish, Chiolopus sloani if you want to get technical, but I prefer to call it what it is. One of the most grotesque creatures ever catalogued by science. He has teeth so big they literally can't fit in his closed mouth, teeth that project outwards like curved blades. It uses a kind of bioluminescent light to attract prey in the total darkness of the depths, and when the prey approaches thinking it's found something beautiful, well, didn't find it. The most disturbing thing about deep-sea fish is not the look, although it is disturbing enough. That's what they represent. We have explored less than 20% of the oceans, less than 20%. This means that 80% of the seabed is uncharted territory, completely unknown. We don't know what lives there. We don't know the size of what lives there. And the viperfish is the only one we've ever found. Think about that the next time you set foot in the ocean. There is a creature that lives in the forests of Central and South America that scientists call, without any drama, the most dangerous spider in the world. But not by poison, no, at least not primarily. The banana spider, or Phoneutria, is terrifying for a very specific reason. It's aggressive in a way that most spiders aren't. While most arachnids flee when they feel threatened, Phoneutria raises its front legs, exposes its fangs, and advances. She goes up. This thing chooses violence. Its venom affects the nervous system, causing excruciating pain, convulsions, paralysis, and in specific cases something that scientific articles describe with hilarious discretion as prolonged and painful erections in men. I will not develop this topic further, but know that doctors who treat Phoneutria bites have stories. The problem is that she doesn't live in the forest and that's it. She travels, in bunches of bananas, in the holds of ships, in export containers. It has already been found in supermarkets in Europe, in homes across the United States. In 2026, with the global supply chain being what it is, the banana spider could be a lot closer to you than you think. Enjoy. Look, we needed to get here sooner or later. The hippopotamus. And I know what you're thinking. Hippo, really? Is that terrifying? Yes, a lot. Perhaps the most underrated animal on this entire list. The hippopotamus kills more humans per year in Africa than lions, crocodiles, and elephants combined. It is the most lethal land mammal on the continent. It weighs up to 4 tons, runs at almost 40 kilometers per hour, faster than a human at maximum speed, and has tusks that can reach 50 centimeters in length. For reference, this is practically the length of your forearm. But what transforms the hippopotamus from a big, heavy animal into a true terror is its aquatic territorial behavior. They control rivers, river sectors. Any boat, any swimmer, any fish that enters a hippo's territory can be attacked without warning. They turn into boats, whole, with people inside, and they have no natural predators. None. Neither lion nor crocodile really tries. The hippopotamus is not afraid of anything that lives on this planet, including you. Now we've reached the middle of this list, and look, if you've made it this far, you deserve recognition. Not from me, from your own courage, because this content is not for everyone. And since we're talking about courage, and if you have the courage to like this video now, you will join the list of survivors, symbolically. The like button is exactly what separates the brave from those who are still trying to process the banana spider. Press it, go, you can do it. Now, take a deep breath, because the second half of this list is where things get really serious. There is a jellyfish that Australian scientists call the most poisonous thing on planet Earth. No longer poisonous among invertebrates, no longer poisonous among marine animals, the most poisonous. Full stop. The sea wasp, or Chironex fleckeri, looks like a clear plastic bag floating innocently in the water. Its tentacles can reach 3 meters in length and contain enough nematocysts, venom cells, to kill 60 human adults. 60, a single jellyfish. Contact with the tentacles causes immediate and absolutely disabling pain. It's not the pain of a bee sting. It is the pain that makes people lose consciousness in the water. The venom attacks the heart, lungs, and nervous system simultaneously. Death from cardiac arrest can occur in as little as 5 minutes after contact. 5 minutes. And the cruelest of all, it is almost transparent. You won't see her coming. Have you ever wondered what makes a crocodile seem reasonable? Because there is an animal that does exactly that. The Nile crocodile is between 4 and 6 meters long, has a bite force that exceeds 2 tons per square centimeter, the largest in the animal kingdom, and a hunting strategy that seems calculated with clinical intelligence. He remains motionless in the water for hours, absolutely immobile. It looks like a stone, it looks like a wooden log, it looks like anything but a predator waiting for the exact moment. And when the moment arrives, the attack lasts less than a second. The crocodile pulls its prey into the water, goes into rotation, the so-called death roll, the spin of death, and simply doesn't let go. It can hold prey underwater for over an hour if necessary. It kills an average of 1,000 humans per year on the African continent. 1,000 people a year, and that's just the documented cases. In the most remote regions, they are not even registered. It has existed for 200 million years, survived the extinction of the dinosaurs. It has survived 5 mass extinctions, and almost nothing changed, because when you're perfect as a killing machine, you don't need to evolve. Hey, before I continue, tell me one thing. In the comments below, I want you to answer this question. Which of these animals would you least like to meet in real life? Crocodile, jellyfish, the spider? Or are you waiting to see what comes next? Let me know below. Always read the comments. I love knowing what you think. And since you're here, committed to this video until the end, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, now's the time. Press the subscribe button and activate the bell. Because this type of content, this real dive into the most disturbing mysteries on the planet, is what we do here. Everything. Damn. Video. There's an animal in the Amazon rainforest that local researchers simply call the shadow. It's not a scientific nickname. This is what riverside communities use when they talk about the giant otter. Pteronura brasiliensis, the giant South American otter, can reach 1.8 meters in length. It is the largest mustelid in the world, and mustelids, for those who don't know, are the family that includes otters, ferrets, weasels, and the animal considered kilo for kilo, the most ferocious on the planet, the wolverine, or wolverine. The giant otter hunts in groups, coordinated groups with active communication between members, with siege strategies that seem rehearsed. They attack piranhas, they attack young anacondas, they attack alligators, adult alligators. In 2019, researchers recorded a group of giant otters attacking and killing a 2-meter alligator in less than 3 minutes. But what puts the otter on this list is not just its ferocity, its intelligence. They learn, they adapt, they identify new threats and develop responses. They are animals with long-term memory and a complex social structure, which means that when an otter learns that humans are a threat, it passes it on. Shadow. It's a good nickname. Now I need to pause for a second to speak from the heart, because making a video like this, the research, the production, the nights spent poring over scientific articles about things that should definitely keep me from sleeping, it all comes at a cost. And if this channel has already given you a good story, a good night of content, a discovery that you will tell someone tomorrow, consider becoming a member of the channel, or make a contribution through Valo de Mai. Any amount, literally any amount, makes a real difference for us to continue producing this type of content with the quality and depth that you deserve. It's not an obligation, but it's the fuel that keeps this machine running. And I truly thank you from the bottom of my giant otter-troubled heart. Now, the last two, and from here, I need you to pay attention carefully. Second on this list is a creature that defies the logic of human survival in tropical forests, a creature that scientists study with the specific combination of wonder and terror you reserve for things that shouldn't exist the way they do. The Japanese giant hornet, Vespa mandarinia, can reach 5 centimeters in length. It's not an insect. It looks like an armed drone. Its stinger is 6 millimeters long enough to pierce human tissue easily, and injects a venom that contains a compound called Mandara toxin, which destroys living tissue. It literally dissolves cells. Dermatologists who treat victims of multiple stings describe the injuries as progressive necrosis. But the truly terrifying part of the giant hornet isn't what it does to humans. That's what it does with other insects. A colony of giant hornets can destroy an entire hive of 30,000 bees in less than 4 hours. 30,000 bees, eliminated by on average 30 wasps, 30 versus 30,000, and the wasps win. It's not a battle, it's a massacre. They enter the hive, decapitate the bees at industrial speed, and use the bodies as food for the larvae. In 2020 and 2021, these wasps were detected for the first time in the state of Washington, in the United States, far, far from Japan. By 2026, their presence on the American continent is an established fact and an active concern for entomologists. They are expanding, slowly, with patience, as if they know that time is on their side. And we reached number 1. I want you to close your eyes for a second. Imagine that you are swimming. It could be in the sea, it could be in a river, any water. Everything is fine, it's calm. And then, about 3 meters below you, something detects you. Not by vision, because visibility in the water is limited. Not because of the smell, although that's also what it is, but by the electrical fields generated by your heart, through the nervous system, by the muscles contracting, because the number 1 animal on this list can detect electrical fields of up to 1 billion volts. It has the most refined sensory system of any living predator on the planet. It can detect 1 drop of blood in 100 liters of water. You can hear the heartbeat of a fish buried beneath the sand, can track prey for miles using only its senses. The great white shark, Carcharodon carcharias. I know, you've heard of it. You saw Jaws when you were a kid. You think you know what this animal is. Don't know. The great white shark can be up to 6 meters long and weigh more than 2 tons. It has between 300 and 3,000 teeth, organized in multiple rows, and when one tooth falls out, the one behind it automatically moves forward. A continuous replacement machine. Your teeth renew themselves throughout your life. The bite force is estimated between 1,800 and 4,000 newtons, enough to cut through bone, metal, and the hull of fiberboard vessels. But what separates the great white shark from every other predator on this list, what makes it truly the most terrifying animal alive on the planet in 2026, isn't size, it's not strength, it's not venom or speed, it's intelligence. Recent studies, and when I say recent, I'm talking about research published between 2022 and 2025, have shown that the great white shark learns, observe, test behaviors, identifies patterns. Researchers in South Africa have documented individual sharks developing specific hunting techniques that have not been observed in other members of the species, and maintaining these techniques consistently over years. One specific shark, nicknamed Port by researchers, was monitored for 14 years. He developed a unique behavior, approaching from below at a 45-degree angle, always from the prey's left flank, always with reduced speed in the last few meters, as if he had learned that approaching slowly increased the success rate. No other shark in the region did this. It was an individual strategy, learned, refined over time. Now multiply this by a global population of great white sharks, which, by the way, is growing in some regions thanks to conservation policies. More sharks, older, with more time to learn. By 2026, great white sharks inhabit every ocean on the planet, from the Mediterranean to the South Pacific, from the North Atlantic to the icy waters near New Zealand. They are on tourist beaches. They are on diving routes. They are, right now, somewhere beneath the surface of some ocean, feeling, processing, deciding, and you're an anomaly to them, something strange, new, without fitting into the evolutionary catalogue of prey they know. And intelligent animals, when they encounter anomalies, investigate. So that's it. 10 animals. 10 proofs that nature was not designed to be kind to you. That every corner of this planet has something that has evolved for millions of years without caring in the slightest about its existence or its comfort. And you know what I find most fascinating about all of this? The fact that we are still here. Keep exploring, diving, traveling, trying to understand the world even though you know there are things out there that can destroy us in a matter of seconds. This is not stupidity. It's courage. It's curiosity. It's what makes us human. So continue to be curious. Keep exploring, carefully, but explore. And it continues here, on this channel, because we will continue to go to the places where the most disturbing answers live. Until next time, if you survive.